Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Mike.
Take two.
What do you do?
Yeah, so we're filming this today, Friday, January 7th at 3:54 p.m., 3:55 p.m.
First podcast.
Our first video of the year.
22.
Great. I think it's a good way to start off this year is to discuss color.
Yep.
Specifically, spring 23 color. The reason why I wanted to do this first to kick things off for the new year is because we're looking at spring 23. We're going to start designing it. Starting this month.
Dad's going to show us the concept in 2 weeks.
Right, in 2 weeks. So I thought this would be a good opportunity for you to just kind of look at the market right now and basically see what's up and coming.
Yep.
So that way we know what to expect and we basically know how to look, what lens to look at Debbie's work through. Okay?
Definitely.
So why don't you start?
Cool. So a little overview for spring-summer 23 men's color. So versatility is the name of the game for men's color, with tones that can trend the line between casual and formal, digital and physical, or retro and modern. So versatility is...
So versatility is the key word.
Yeah.
Basically, apparel for all occasions. Not really
trans-seasonal.
Right. Right. So it says between casual and formal, digital and physical, retro and modern. Those are all kind of like oxymorons, I guess.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically like
the two opposites and how
so
they kind
just
of
trying to keep things as universal as possible.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then kind of how I've found these different colors. I found them through themes. So how W just said kind of themes them and where these colors sit within those buckets. So,
Sure.
For the first theme, it's just the core colors where you're going to see most of these colors. Really a lot of ground colors. So for core colors, utilitarian and nature-inspired colors are updated, influenced by outdoor products, lifestyles, and the importance of sustainability will allow these colors to work across all categories and largely trans-seasonally. So the colors I picked were oat milk, jade, moss, and midnight blue.
So we have our sand.
Yep, this oat, which on here, it kind of, I mean, on the TV, it's kind of making
Yeah,
it
the
look
TV
almost
kind
like,
of sucks.
it kind of makes it look, it almost makes it look pink in a way.
Yeah, right.
Whereas it is more of a sand.
Right. And then
Kinda
jade,
off-white.
Right, and then jade is more of like your soft green color, right? Moss is your olive, I'm guessing.
Yeah, with, I think a little bit more of a green cast.
Well, olives are all green.
All
cast.
green, sorry.
Are you talking like more yellow cast?
I guess more yellow, sorry.
Yeah, so like more yellow cast olive and like a navy. Yeah, so it's like I will say this right now, just like off the top. Historically, for us with our olives, we would always select like a more grayer olive, as you could kind of see on her palette as well. Like her dark olive and her cactus.
Yeah.
Like those were always like our olive colors, and they were always more on the grayer side. We would try to avoid like having too yellow of an olive. I mean, honestly, like the reason why we did that was pretty simple. It wasn't really because of like a fashion or stylistic reason. It was more actually for the factories, because like if you pick an olive that's a little too yellow, what typically happens is there's like a fine line, because sometimes because obviously like the people or like the chemists or the technicians who are basically putting together the dye formula.
Yeah.
If they put a little bit more yellow, it starts looking a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
And so that's why we always kind of, to play more on the safe side, we would always do like a grayer olive. I mean, that might be something we just continue to do, you know?
A little more risk adverse.
Right, yeah, you know, because it's like, it's one thing to find the perfect color.
Well, especially with the amount that we're
Right, but
doing
it's another thing to actually execute that color to look exactly as like the Pantone chip say. It's like, it's just not realistic. There's always gonna be like a 5% difference, you know, or we need to allow for like a 5% difference. And so that's kind of why we always kind of avoided like the yellowish olives, but at the same time, like, I agree with you. I have been seeing a lot of like yellower olives out in the market. Like even like that trucker jacket that I wear, you know, that you know, like the olive one. It's like, it's a very yellow olive.
This is kind of more
that's more gray.
More gray.
Yeah, that's more gray. You see, like you know, even your boy's Buck is like, you know, they're doing what they're doing. Like a jade is like, we always have like a jade. It's like a soft green. It's like a moderate green.
Yeah.
I call it the old man green. You know, it's
The
like
jade?
Yeah, it's very it's a very mensy color.
Yeah.
Like think like J. Crew, Banana.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like those guys. But like that green always does really, really well for us.
Yeah.
It's like it's more of like a colder green, so to speak. It's like, I mean, that's nothing new. I mean, I have nothing more to say about that. It's a color that does well for us all the time, no matter what body we put it in, whether it's a knit, a woven, a short.
And
Always.
of course, navy as well.
Well, yeah, navy. Whoa, navy. Yeah. Like, I mean, sand. Like, it's cool to see that the sand made it into your core color chart, because I know sand's been around for a long time, but it's not something we dabbled in a lot. It's cool to see that it's there. I mean, hopefully it translates a lot, but it's. I will definitely say this. It's like the color palette is looking a lot more like neutral tones.
Yeah.
More like you said, nature-inspired tones. It's more neutrals.
And it's kind of transitioning also from
Right.
autumn winter 22 as well, where
Sure.
it's still again with and also with spring too, where it was
Yeah.
again nature and outdoors, and
Yeah.
it's still following that trend.
Right, and it's like one thing to note here for the core colors. I don't know if this was intentional, but I noticed there aren't any like red shades.
Yeah.
No warm shades. Like, I mean, I would say like the sand and the olive are probably the warmest colors, where it shows a little red in it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, those are also pretty damn neutral. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's
Actually, there was no reds in the
yeah,
in the core
right.
colors
Yeah,
that
that's
they-
what I'm
they put
saying.
out.
So it's that's really interesting, because historically for us, for the past couple decades, like black and white and navy are clearly our top sellers.
Yeah.
Our second tier color was always red. It wasn't really green, but now you're kind of seeing more green showing. Like there's two different types of greens in here, but
Yeah.
there's no reds. You know, there's no soft red. Like let's look at Debbie's like core color chart here. Yeah, if you see that, she has 3 different kinds of reds in here. She has oxblood red, regular red, and like coral. You get what I mean? Like,
mauve-y.
yeah. And I mean, look, she was always big on greens, and so we have 2 different shades of greens. But like, it's like when it comes to like a warm color palette, I'm actually pretty surprised that like the cores are like, you know, it's a lot more like greens and blues and like a natural color, you know. So I mean, that's one thing to note, is like it looks like red is taking some L's. Red's trending down.
We'll talk about it in another theme, but
yeah.
just in terms of core, yeah, it's not one of the
Right. I mean, like, but like core colors is basically like, this is going to make up a bulk of our colors, you know. And so it's like that's a really interesting thing. Let's look at these photos.
Yep, so I found this on Nike.
Yeah.
More the moss color jogger.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, like that's, I think that picture is like really interesting. I know a lot of people are going to be looking at it, they're just going like, yeah, what? It's just like an olive jogger. But the fact that Nike is like in this whole olive thing, I think that's pretty dope, because Nike and activewear typically is a lot of blacks, whites, reds, you know, blues. It's a lot of like high saturation, like primary colors. Like just look at like, you know, and I mean, I do know that like Nike's been playing around with more like, you know, like utilitarian, like, you know, like surplus colors. I know they've been doing that for a couple of years now, but like, it's just interesting to see that this whole surplus color story is kind of making its way into the poly world as well, because polyester historically has been like, you know, like that red, you know, like a true red, hazy blue. You see the hazy blue in the bottom, like the tangerines, like you know, it's like it's been a lot of those kind of colors in like the polyester world. But to see like the natural tones coming in, I think that's like a nice, interesting, fun play on things, you know.
Yeah.
So it's or it's, how did you say it? It's a nice blend of casual and formal, or physical and digital. Yada yada. All right, cool.
Tread both sides.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is there anything else you want to kind of talk about with the core, or should we move on?
No, I think we should move on.
Okay, cool.
So, the next theme the WGSN is going with is called spices and fruits. So again, kind of staying on track with outdoorsy nature. So warm, seasonless tones inspired by spices and fruits. Tones that feel nurturing and inspired by the wellness and well-being movement. So we also talked about that one of our other trends is the movement for wellness and positivity and just all that. So it's still staying on trend.
Yeah, sure. So what are these colors? It's
So
like,
the colors are honeycomb, terracotta, and setting sun.
so honeycomb's like what, like a gold, like a
Yeah,
sunflower?
gold, yellow.
Yeah.
Kind of what
Like a deep
what
yellow.
Bruno's wearing down here.
Right.
So
And then terracotta is like
more of a brown.
it's like a clay color, right?
Clay,
it's a little
yeah.
reddish brown.
Yep,
That's
exactly.
what that is. And then setting sun is orange.
Pretty orange.
It's like
yeah.
a true orange.
Yeah, it's a little bit. This is what it's supposed to be the color. It looks different when it's.
Yeah, on the
there.
thing. All right, yeah. So it's like a reddish brown though. Like okay, so it's like basically like a gold, like a sunflower color.
Exactly.
Like a
And-
clay
and
color.
with these colors,
and
they're
like-
really talking
like
more-
a burnt orange color. Yeah.
Like updating these for pop and for and obviously like this picture right here that you see, it just blending all these colors and making this
Yeah.
warm,
Yeah.
natural.
You know, I mean, my first knee-jerk reaction when I see this is it feels very fall to me.
For sure. And
That's an interest. Like, yeah, I mean, we kind of discussed this earlier, but it's like, it feels very fall to me. It's yeah. I mean, besides that, I mean, like, look, it's like, you know, I mean, these are, I mean, sure, whatever. I mean, like,
orange and yellow and browns, they definitely fall.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, like these feel very much like pop colors to me, just simply because like I can't see. I don't know. I think wearing like an orange shirt like that would be really like pretty difficult, personally. Even that yellow, the honeycomb, seems really difficult. And I remember like, especially with this clay color, this was a color that I had actually pitched for our Q2. Like MB Essentials, you know, like especially for like our. Oh no, it was. I think it was Q3. It was for our. It was for our like our workwear, like our MB supply. I remember I pitched this color, and you included, you, Jared, and Claudia. All three of you guys were like, no, that's a horrible color.
I think we went with like.
Yeah, you know, and so it's like, I'm not like saying that to like say I told you so. It's like it's one of those things where it's like all three of these colors. I understand it's trending. But the reason why you guys thought it was horrible, it's because it seems very difficult to wear. You know, like
Basically, I mean, you only wear it with like black pants.
I mean, you could wear navy too. You could wear with jeans.
Yeah, I guess you could.
You know, but it's like it just seems like very difficult colors to wear. You know, it's like you could even wear it with olive. You could pair all these with olive. You know,
That's true, since it is
You know?
kind of an earthy.
Is there any way we
earthy
could get
tone.
if we could get this and the core colors together? Like, is there a way of doing that? You know, why don't you create a new document?
Okay.
Apple N, Command N,
Command N.
N. Yeah, and then blank. Let's copy and paste these colors onto this new chart. Oh, these are all separate individual.
Yeah. I guess
Yeah. Copy.
Command Control copy.
I think it's Command copy.
It's Command C. Command C.
And then like let's grab the other guy too. Yeah. Yeah. Just copy it right underneath that. Okay, so when you look here like this, now you could sort of see where all the warm colors come in.
And how they complement.
Right, yeah, but I will say that the yellow and that orange, I'm not really feeling it within this selection.
I think that looks good together.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, but I mean, let's keep going on. Let's keep going on to the next groups.
Okay.
All right.
And then kind of transitioning with these warm colors, and it kind of brings out this nostalgic 70s
Right.
retro feel. So the next theme is playful 70s hues retro. So influences shift towards more 70s looks, the era that spawned disco inspires rich, saturated tones that herald a more hedonistic time to come.
Interesting.
So sundial,
Yeah.
it's definitely more of a,
What is that? Is that like
it's more of a,
is it like a copper?
it's kind of a copper, but I think it's definitely more on the more yellow side.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Luscious red, so here's your red.
That's your true red.
That's your true red.
Like that's like the varsity red, basically, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then this verdigris. Verdigris.
All right.
Potato.
Yeah. So and that's like the teal.
Teal, exactly.
I mean, these are great. It feels super retro.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I know we've talked about how this is typically more of a fall color.
Right.
But
Yeah, I mean, like, look, when all these colors are put together, I mean, it does look very colorful, very high saturation.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I don't really have much to say about this. It's like, it feels very retro, like it says, like 70s retro.
Yep.
What is it? Disco inspired? Is that what it said?
Disco inspired, yep.
Yeah, so it's like, basically, it's like party time shirts, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, what do you see? I mean, I think polos would be fantastic in this.
For sure.
I think this is a great play for knits. I mean, do you see this for wovens, or do you think it's a little too much? What would you say for like button downs?
I mean, I could see these in like these two, like just basic woven.
Like a solid?
Like a solid, yeah. I think they look great.
Yeah.
In a rayon or something? Like, cool.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like, yeah, because I'm like looking at these right now. I was like, dude, these colors are fucking loud.
Yeah. Especially on a rayon, it's that saturation.
Yeah. Like, I feel like, I feel like it'd be cool on knits. You know, like to play around with. Maybe some like, it'd be like cool for like, you know, like print colors, especially on like a black ground. You know, keep things like a little bit muted and then like with pops of color for this. But it's like, maybe for some like striped shirts, if stripes are something that we may choose to pursue. I don't know, but I mean, it's interesting. You know, I don't hate it. I don't like it. You know, it's, at least it's.
I don't love it, I don't hate it, but.
You know, it's like, I mean, my whole thing for this is like, how many people would wear this? You know, I guess that's why we need that video on how to style this shit, you know?
Yeah. We have to talk about matching colors.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, because it's like, these are like really, like.
Loud.
They look good. They look good together, but it's like, man, I mean.
What do you match them with?
Right. I mean, like, how would you style this, you know?
Yeah, no, it's, I mean, obviously with this teal, it's the full suit, so it's like.
Bro, ain't no one gonna wear that kind of suit.
I would rock that thing.
Where would you rock that?
Dude, a wedding or something though?
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
dude, you're gonna totally outshine the groom.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Oh my god. All right. Yeah. Anyways, all right. So let's copy these guys and put it on that page too. You just want to see what it looks like. Yo, maybe minimize the middle one and this one too, so it all fits in one page. No, that's not what I mean. The blocks, the Pantone blocks, yeah. Minimize the top one first, yeah. Make these smaller.
These guys smaller, you're saying?
No, all of them. So we could see it all in one page.
Oh. Dude, I haven't used a Mac in so long.
Oh my god.
I'm a PC now, dude.
Fucking tech wizard, apparently. Hold on.
That's just, okay.
You see? You see how it all fits on one page? Oh, light bulb.
I just know you want to do individual one like that, but.
Well, because how many more of these groups do you have here?
Just one.
Just one more after this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I want to fit it all together.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that way we could kind of look at everything and
the whole gamut.
Yeah, just kind of see it all on one page, and just to basically like be like, all right, so what's missing here? You know, what's missing from what the experts are saying? You know, because like I will already say this right now, just kind of looking at these three different palettes, I will straight up say this is like there's nothing dusty. Everything is like ridiculously high saturation.
I guess I would say the jade's probably the only dusty.
Right, and the sand, you know, but like it's a lot of saturation, but it's like, you know, not all guys like look at what you're wearing right now. It's like a whole dusty palette, for sure. You know? Like, well, I mean, he's pretty neutral, I guess. Yeah, Jeff's pretty neutral. Apparently Jeff doesn't, you know, wear pop colors. All right, cool.
A little dusty.
This is not dusty, bro.
That pink's dusty,
It's called golf inspired, bro. Golf inspired. You don't wear dusty to golf.
Pastel's a little dusty, dude, so.
All right, okay. Preppy and golf inspired.
So yeah, last name, preppy and golf inspired.
Right.
Preppy themes will remain important in spring, summer 23, following on from the academic trend in 22 that we talked about. That was Rebel Academia.
Right.
With the rise of golf as a style influence, colors that allude to the traditions of the clubhouse get more inclusive makeover. So
this is my favorite color story so far out of everything.
Cool.
Like the third one. What was the third one called? Can you move to the third page? Yeah, this guy here.
70s, yeah.
70s retro. I fuck with this too, but it's like this is pretty much like more of a continuation of like the stuff that we were doing.
Yeah.
You know, I love this. Can you go up one more? This. I think there's very little squeeze in this guy here.
I agree.
You know what I mean? It's like spices and fruits. It's just kind of like, all right, you know, it's like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the whole spices and fruit thing. Like this feels very fall to me.
No, I
for
agree.
one.
And that's kind of why I chose it too, because
Yeah.
it was like it kind of was playing on with these more fall colors, and like I was interested that they're kind of incorporating.
Yeah.
Again, they're not saying like this is going to be like what Bruno is wearing. It's the main thing. It's more for accent tones. And
Right.
For
Yeah, and it's just like I don't.
lines.
Yeah, I don't really know what to do with this. You know, it's like
I
I
agree.
don't see myself squeezing a whole lot of volume out of this group. You know,
hear
but
you.
like if you go down, no, I don't need to see the top one. But then like the top, like the one before this, like retro. The reason why I like this is because this is like a really fun, unique colorway. And then if you go down to the bottom here, this is also unique and fun in a completely different light.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? It's like mixing like a bubblegum pink with like a spruce, you know? It's like, it's a lot of like fun colors, you know? It's, you could do a lot with this. It feels very new and fresh, but then at the same time, there is some familiarity to it.
Yeah.
Like one thing I would definitely add here is I would love to add like a sky blue.
Yeah, and
You know, like a
and-
pop of a
and-
sky
and
blue,
that's
like-
I actually was trying to
Yeah,
find it, but
yeah.
they couldn't find the Pantone. It's called Sirius Blue, and it was
Yeah.
a like baby blue, dusty blue. So
Yeah.
it would have fit here perfectly. I'm
Yeah.
actually really pissed I couldn't find it. So
Yeah, no, but like,
I
you know,
s-
like,
I just
like a sky blue would fit in really well here. Like a royal blue would be really nice here too.
Yeah.
You know, even like a black would be really nice. You know, a black and white. You know, it's
yeah,
like
black's in here as
Right.
like a base color, and
like I'm gonna straight up say like this kind of like colorway. I would love to use this for like some kind of fabrication,
Yeah.
like and like blow up this story within one of our MB essentials. Like this is something that I'm definitely willing to try.
I mean, this
like
this would look great on polos.
right, yeah, exactly. I mean like.
Tip polos look.
I feel
great.
like a lot of these would work really well with polos. You know, like yeah, I mean, like this is something like this color story and this color story. These two are some like these are probably what I'm gonna be looking for the most.
Yeah.
You know, like within the thing, like I'm gonna be looking for like where's that really rich red. But I mean, we already have it here.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure Debbie's gonna continue on that. This spruce color is definitely missing. You know,
She has this actually in her
22.
23.
23. Okay, good. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm really looking at this. Like this
We
is.
were just hanging it. She has some great.
I think this is a great look.
Yeah.
I think this is a great line. I really like this. And also like a mauve. I think a mauve, like you know, I mean, mauves do really well. It looks like it's here to stay. But like I think like this type of color tone, I think it's gonna work really well for us.
Yeah.
You know. So it's yeah. So let's copy this and move this over. Do you have anything to say about this, by the way?
No, I like you said. This is my favorite group too.
Yeah. But you know, I will say this: they call it preppy and golf inspired. You know, this feels really street to me.
Yeah.
You know, it feels very street to me. Maybe I'm like crazy, but you know, it's like it feels like street. It feels like something like fucking like Supreme would do or like Nike would do.
Maybe I think the
You know,
green,
like
I think the
Adidas.
vintage pink though is maybe a stretch.
But like the mauve, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. All right. And look at you.
I learned. I just didn't know what you want me to do. All right.
All right, cool. Yeah. All right. So this is basically the new color palette. All right.
Yeah.
So like
Well, I mean,
straight up right now, if we're gonna fill in some colors right now, I will straight up say is definitely like I think like a coral is missing. I think we could definitely throw a coral in here. I think we could definitely throw a sky blue in here. Like I definitely think
Missing a lighter blue.
right. I definitely think the sky blue is. I think those two oranges. We don't need two fucking oranges.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't need two of these. But like, I would definitely replace like a copper with one of them, or like a bronze type. You get what I mean?
More of
Just to like make shit more wearable, I guess.
Yeah.
You know. Let's compare it. Like, let's move this over to the end, right here, and let's compare it to the existing color palettes. Like,
Cool.
yo, shit, make this smaller. Can you make it smaller? And minimize the size of it. No, not like just close it this way horizontally. Yeah, there you go, and then extend it. Yeah, and so I could see both of these two. Yeah. You kind of get what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. And then bring this.
Yeah. So if you kind of like look at this color palette, this was our Q1 color palette, and this is and the one behind here, this is Havana, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. And let's move that to the way end over there. So We can kind of see all the colors.
Here, I'm just gonna move this a little bit there.
Yeah, we don't need to see the photos, so it's like, I just want to see the colors. Just click that, and click that, click that. Yeah, so we can see all the colors here. Yeah, so I mean, as you could see here, if you look through it, is like, it seems like the teals are already covered. You know, the navy's already covered. I think right now, what we need to really update here are the greens.
The greens here?
I think the greens, yeah. Because like what I'm looking at right now is like, I mean, we always have a jade that we run year round. Yeah, but like one thing I know is the spruce is totally missing. You get what I mean? I think we could play around with the pinks here.
True green.
Right. And like, I mean, we have enough pinks here to like kind of cover it up.
Right.
You know, we also have like one of those sunflower yellows, you know? Can we go back to the Word document? I kind of want to see what you put. Yeah, here. You know what's missing is that clay color. We need some kind of representation of that clay color.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Okay, I mean, like for the most part, I think we're mostly covered for most of these guys. I mean, like I think this spruce is really interesting. Yeah, but besides that, I mean, it's like, it seems pretty cool. Like, I mean, everything seems like pretty, like, you know, pretty par two course, you know?
For sure, and I think that like the colors that we talked about in 22, like autumn, winter,
Yeah.
that they're transitioning also from there too. So we'll kind of see the evolution. But
yeah, one thing I will mention, if we go back to the new color palette, yeah, this guy here. One thing I will mention is this, is like when I look at this right now, you know, maybe this is kind of where we use that the second colorway and everything. Is like the bottom two new colorways. I just don't see how that translates over to slub.
The slub.
Yeah. You know, and slub is kind of like our big thing. You know, that's our big fabrication.
Yeah.
Like, or that's one of our mules. It's like, these colors are too vibrant and too rich. It's like, if we kind of put it on slub, it's going to tone down a lot. And so it's like, I'm really curious to see like what Debbie comes up with for her slub colorways, because it's like,
It'll look great on stretch.
yeah, it'll look amazing on stretch. I think it'll look good on inject as well. You know, you could play around with inject colors like this all day long. I think that's really good. I think we're gonna need to carry over my workwear palette, maybe even for slub. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
like something like that is like, we're gonna need something along those lines, because it's like, right now it's, I could see that they're really pushing high saturation, but like I said too, it's like,
A little more dustier.
Dusty's still in,
Yep.
you know, and also like this whole surplus look is still in, you know, so it's
Surplus, utilitarian.
right, and that's like kind of missing from the new stuff. But hey, you know, I mean, like I figure what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep our same moderate boring shit of like corals, jades, and like coppers, and like those like slate blue and all that. We're gonna keep that going. I'm looking to create maybe some kind of retro themed colorway with like more rich colors, like kind of like, what do they call it? For that more hedonistic look.
Hedonistic, exactly.
Yeah, and then we should definitely start adding some like fun, like playful, like preppy looks.
Yeah.
Like for the bottom. And I think, I mean, spring is looking up, man. I think spring's gonna be a pretty cool season. I think
Hopefully COVID will be done by then and people will start flexing with the colors and getting out more.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's why they're forecasting these very
loud,
vibrant colors, is,
I mean, they're
burst out of.
They're trying to make this shit happen, but yo, man, I'm like, you know, one thing I realized, like this is totally off topic, but I just kind of want to say it.
Yeah.
Have you eaten out recently? Like
At
a nice restaurant? Got a hot take. Food in nice restaurants kind of suck right now, bro.
I think the last nice dinner was our work dinner.
Like Odium?
Yeah, it was our
You know what? Honestly, like Odium, it was good, but I gotta say, it's like, I think right now, like the fine dining is really suffering.
Really?
Because of the supply chain issue, man.
Yeah.
I think it's all food, dude.
All food is suffering?
From like,
Yeah.
you go to fast food, they're cutting costs. Everyone's cutting costs.
I mean, dude.
No.
And, like,
The
mid-level stuff.
quality
Yeah,
is
no, but here's the thing, like,
Quality is
but
right.
fast food though, quality was always bad. You get what I mean? But the problem is, it's like, bro, ain't no one getting uni from Hokkaido.
No.
You know what I mean? Because it's sitting for 2 months out at sea. You get what I mean? It's like all the imported good good ingredients that are imported.
Yeah.
You're getting it 2-3 months later than you usually get it.
Yeah.
Because of the whole shipping crisis, you know? So it's just like I feel like all the fine dining. It's like
What experience propelled you to this?
bro, I had Newport seafood recently.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's just the quality of seafood there was so.
That sucks.
Quality dropped a lot for that.
Any drop in quality of seafood is
You know,
the worst.
Yo, man, and I went to
the
a
worst.
You need it fresh.
right,
Yeah.
right. But then the problem is we import a lot of seafood because a lot of fish, like for example, like tuna, or like scallops, like uni, like all that bougie bullshit. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like it's imported.
Yeah.
It's imported. Most of it's imported. You know, because it's like it has something to do with the waters or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's really it's tough.
Yeah.
It's hard. You know.
I know we do get a lot of fish and like seafood products from like Seattle and up there.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, okay, so I mean, even like the Seattle stuff, right? It's like you need trucking, you need
Yeah.
truckers.
But yeah, that still
you know,
takes
it's
time
like-
for it to get down.
It's rough, yeah. You know, but I know like a lot of like sushi restaurants is like, yo, the best scallops and uni come from Hokkaido. That's Japan.
That's Japan, yeah.
You know, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them are going to be transitioning over to like Santa Barbara
Yeah.
and like
Yeah, I heard
Seattle.
that Santa Barbara actually is one of the best, though.
Second best.
What? Uni?
I'm Californian.
Uni?
Yeah.
The uni's unbelievable.
Santa Barbara is good. Don't get me wrong. Santa Barbara is good.
But Hokkaido.
Hokkaido's where it's at.
Have you been to Hokkaido?
What?
Have you been to Japan?
Of course I've been to Japan.
Well, I've never been to Japan. I want to. So badly.
I've done
Is it the roots?
I've done stupid food in Tokyo, man. If you're gonna go to Tokyo, let me know.
Yeah, I got some Rex.
That's like my number one.
Tokyo?
I
Me too.
want to go visit.
You
I
know
wanna
what?
Go to Tokyo.
When
I want to
you-
go to like Kyoto, like the super traditional.
Whatever you eat in Tokyo, like that will be. I mean, if you plan this correctly, that will be the best version of that you've ever had in your life.
I
The
believe
food
that.
there is just. It's bonkers. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's so stupid good. Like it's it's just like.
It's night and day.
Yeah, it's not close. It's like the best version of whatever it is that you've had. I think Tokyo's like that, and there's a lot of places like that low key in China. And like China actually has really really good food there. It's just a lot of people are like too scared to yeah. Anyways, that's my take on this. Happy New Year's, and yeah, you have anything else?
No, that's it. Looking forward
Colors. All right.
to next week's podcast.
All right.
No doubt.